Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Figures in Action. And this is the dial I'm working on. I'm waiting for a few things to dry. So in the meantime, it hit me real quick that I've never been was never chosen to participate on MTV Cribs. A little hurt by that. But that's all right, I'm not at that level yet, so I'll have my own showing of my crib. In this particular case, just my room. Moved in to this place with my homeboy, my roommate now, beginning of June. So I've been here for almost 5 months or something like that, 6 months. Anyway, they finally put in our hardwood floors. I was finally able to unpack and kind of put everything the way I wanted to. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick tour of what happens behind the scenes in Al Figures view as I come into my room day to day from work and so forth. So here I have just some of the stuff that I don't open up, as these are the imports and stuff that's a little pricier, and I guess I like to keep it in the boxes. Dust doesn't accumulate, and most of my collection are Marvel Legends anyway, so these may stick out a little bit. So there's kind of some of the top shelf stuff that I have. I still have DVDs, man. I'm proud of my DVD collection. That's just a little portion of it, but I haven't had cable in over 5 years. Yeah, no cable, 5 years. So a lot of my viewing is usually my own kind of DVDs or whatever. And then just my library. There's some comic books there that I have to backboard and plastic up, and some books that I've gotten over the years. Some comic related, some not comic related. My little mini fridge that's been with me for over 5 years as well. Fortunately, I have no closet in my bedroom, so I have to hang everything up on a rack, which is cool with me. I live in a 100-year-old house, so a little space heater. Gets a little cold here at night. And then that's kind of the rest of most, because I still have some put away, but most of my DVDs. Yeah, and I know it's funny because we were just talking the other day. Somebody was like, "Yo, they don't even make Blu-rays." I was like, "Dude, I didn't even get to Blu-rays." I'm a graffiti artist, man, and this is pretty cool little history for me. My homeboy Lou found this actually inside a wall doing construction. This is when Krylon cans had a metal top as well. This is they're much older than this, but this is when Krylon had Rust Magic, which is something that after a while they just didn't carry. Marsh ink, Flowmaster pens. These are kind of the main go-to for New York writers back in the day, so I was able to find these on eBay some years ago. That's an entire set, brand new, never used. The box is beat up, but the pen and everything inside is dope. Over here, some extinct devices. This is a Walkman for cassette tapes, and this is a waterproof Sony Walkman that I had for years. Before there was after texts, after beepers, and before cell phones, they had this thing which was called a Motorola Talkabout. It was like a texting machine. So kept this. This is pretty cool. It was like texting, person to person. You had a whole QWERTY board to write messages, versus the cell phones where you can only, have to press 3 times to get to a certain letter. Little tidbits that I have here. Oh, this is kind of cool. Can you guys see? Let me see. So these are the sneakers that I've gotten over the years from eBay, and they're real cool because it's real cloth laces. So I've used these in photo shoots before. Over here you have some of the stuff that I have hung up on the wall. A couple Deadpools up there. Some of the more limited, exclusive Walmart and Walgreens action figures. So here we have the Fantastic Four, which were all Walgreens exclusives, and I didn't recently, I've had that for a while, got it this past summer. The recent one was the Silver Surfer. I just found that at a Walgreens on my travels. And yo, this is funny. So this is a old school Daredevil action figure, like horrible articulation. But what I like is the packaging, because they in turn are doing these guys now with the same packaging, which is kind of cool. Let me turn on the light. It's getting a little dark. Alright. So this is what I have. So these two figures here, newer figures, but what I like about this is when I first started collecting Legends, I would buy them, open them up, and put them in my son's room, in Abel's room, who at the time was 5 or 6, and there was this little border on the wall. So I would get, when they came back in the day, the Toy Biz Legends came with bases. So I will put them all on their bases and hang them up on the ledge. and I kept some of those bases and updated the figures, and that's like a Stark base, and that's the base that came with the original Marvel Legends Incredible Hulk, and I think this is the one that came with the original Iron Man. Cable, man, I'm a big Cable fan, and again, this is when action figures were pretty bad. Let me see. Then we have. Let me back up a little bit so you guys can get. Wait a minute. Where? Okay, here we go. So let me back up a second, so you guys can kind of see what the whole display kind of looks like. So when I'm laying in bed, this is what I see. My TV, which is not a big TV. I'm cool with that. Just showing some an Iron Man video, which means that this video probably won't be allowed on YouTube. Let's see. I'll try it out. But yeah, this is just the stuff that I have. In the meantime, let me just turn this off. Stuff that I have. We have most of that, or all of that bottom shelf is just bad guys and continued bad guys. Some of the scrolls. These guys are going to take a major role soon coming up in the MCU. Then you have kind of my X-Force Wolverine shelf, and then the X-Men shelf here. And then up here, just trying to build a few figures here. I still need Sandman built, and Sauron, and Blob. Some of the MCU SH Figure Arts joints, and some of the other kind of 3-packs. Some are exclusive, some are Toys R Us exclusive, some aren't. Setup that I've been trying to put together forever, and I still haven't gotten around to doing it. Where Deadpool is stabbing thing, and he says something funny. I have a cutout somewhere. Then over here we have top shelf is mostly the Avengers. Down here it's Shield and more Cap and Iron Man outfits and armor. More the street level guys here. Bunch of Daredevils. I'm a big Daredevil fan. And in the bottom is a mixture of some of the cosmic characters, Namor, and some bad guys as well, with Hydra kind of taking a hold down there. So yeah, this is let me back up and not trip and fall on this now. So this is what this looks like, and then my workstation over here. So where I still have to buy a mat so that I don't mark the floor up with this chair. But that's where I usually work, and this is pretty much all my Dio and toy photography equipment. So everything from props and straws, everything in between, just to create the dials that I create and the shots that I used to make, because I don't take many action figure shots these days. That's gonna change soon, but yo, I say that shit all the time. Shut up. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed my tour of my room. And yo, it's important to be in a space that you feel comfortable with, that there's good energy in, and this is definitely a good feeling to be here, to come here daily and be able to relax and work and create. Oh, one more thing I want to show, the most important thing in my life. My kids when they were babies. That's my son. He's now 26 years old. This is my daughter. She is now 15. And this is my younger son, who's now 21. Yo, time flies. Alright, y'all, and I'm out. Peace.